As the candidates head into the general election, one of the top issues voters are consistently worried about is the economy. Our most recent Fox poll on that issue shows that voters prefer Trump over Clinton, 53 to 41% on the economy. What does economist and author Ben Stein think? He joins us now live to talk about that and more. Mr. Ben Stein, it is great to have you with us, as always. I know that you think...
My honor.
I know that you think no matter who gets elected, we've got some serious economic issues either way.
Well, both of them have a very peculiar idea about trade. Both of them think that we can bully and beat up our trade partners and somehow make progress by doing that. Trade wars never work. There's not any example in human history of trade wars working. Free trade works. Free trade works incredibly well, not for everyone, but for countries as a whole. But beating up other countries and trying to get them into a trade war with us where we raise tariffs on them, they raise tariffs on us, it never works. It never works.
All right, just days ago, Mr. Trump said something about this in Houston. He says, I believe in free trade, that's official. But he also said during this talk, too, that he doesn't think what we have now is free trade. I think he said something like we have stupid trade. So where do his solutions, do they work for you? His proposal?
Well, he thinks it's stupid trade if we let the Chinese sell us well-made, quality goods at very low prices. That's not stupid trade. That's good trade. The thing that you must remember that Adam Smith, the greatest economist of all time, said was, not everyone is a manufacturing worker, but everyone is a manufacturing consumer. And everyone in America consumes manufactured goods. If we can get them more cheaply from China or Thailand or Formosa or Taiwan, much better for us. Very unfortunate for the workers in the industries affected. They should get retrained. They should get compensation. But we do not want to do anything to get involved in a trade war with any of our trading partners, and especially Mexico. And by the way, he has this idea that we can somehow reach down into Mexico like Rambo and bring back all the jobs. That's nonsense. I mean, that's just not going to happen. It never has happened. And anyway, we haven't lost that many jobs to Mexico. It's a large number in absolute terms, but compared to the size of our labor force, it's nothing.
Well, does he get some points with you, though, for talking about rolling back regulations?
Yes, he gets a lot of points with me for that. Regulation on the scale that Mr. Obama has added to regulations is a dead weight on the economy. Mr. Obama has added something on the order of 400,000 pages, not 400 pages, 400,000 pages of regulations to the U.S. Code of Federal Regulations. That is a lot of regulations. It's very unclear whether any of that is needed. It's especially very unclear whether the environmental regulation is doing more harm than good.
Yeah, let's talk about that on the environment, because I know that you have some worries about what Mrs. Clinton may do with regard to environmental regulations and restrictions. But Trump has definitely shown some skepticism on the issue of how much impact there is, whether there's climate change, what the government can do about it. How do you feel about these two on that issue?
Well, there is a lot of data that there has not, in fact, been climate change. There's a lot of data that the world temperature climate, if you take all the points in the world as an average, has not risen in about 25 years. Now, obviously, this weekend it's incredibly hot in many parts of America, but that does not alter the fact that since 1991 there hasn't been much change. I'm a great believer in cleaning up the environment. I helped Mr. Nixon write the first proposal for the Clean Air Act, and that was a great thing. We want to all breathe clean air. But how much of an impact will anything we do in California or Detroit or Columbus, Ohio have on whether or not the air is going to be clean over the world? China and India are adding 3 new coal-fired plants a month. And what good does it do for us to greatly cut back if they're filling the air with coal dust? And by the way, it just is not clear that even that affects the climate. It definitely affects people's health, but does it affect the climate? It is not perfectly clear.
All right, Ben Stein, always great to see you. Next time, I hope you're here with us in
Always
person.
great to see you.
Take care.
I would love that. Thank you. Thank you.